Okay, so here is the wig, freshly dyed and everything. So I moved right from the dyeing video onto this video. And this video is just me trying to melt my lace. You will also see me cutting and styling the wig. And here's me like checking the length and everything like that. But yeah, this is basically my entire journey on how to melt this lace. So I'm gonna get close here and show you how this pre-cut looks. There is no ear tabs, but there is like a kind of rounded area that comes down a little bit further near the temples. Um, here is the strap that broke off in the dyeing video. I'm not sure if I'm going to rebuy from Himrosa because the strap broke while I was dyeing it, and I didn't put any kind of strain on it at all. It literally dyed from me like dipping the wig in a bucket of ginger dye. But here's the little care package that that the wig comes with. Came with these fake nails, came with a wig cap, which I have started using, various brushes that I used for makeup and for glue. These lashes that I kind of think are hideous, but who knows, I might cut them and use them one day. But yeah, I was very over the breaking of the strap, but luckily it was a clean break on the other side, and the other side, or the side that's still attached, I could just unloop it from where you're supposed to loop it from. So I did that, and then we just ended up with a wig without a band, which made the whole thing less secure and made the learning process a bit harder. But it is what it is. We live and we learn, okay? But yeah, the pre-cut has like these little humps at the edge of it as well. I hope you saw that earlier in the video. It has like these little humps instead of like a straight line or like a, I don't know, something. But here are the combs. It's got 3 combs around the back perimeter, and then one kind of at the apex of the skull. So here I'm putting it on, and I think it's a very nice fit. I've been told my head is kind of small, but I think it's a very nice fit. So here's my first mistake. I am starting with the mistakes in this video. I went wrong thinking that I could just use Got2Be Glue, because I heard through the grapevine that you could just use Got2Be Glue to melt lace. And it's true, but you have to use so many layers, and it's such a substance that is hard to control. It's very watery, very loose. You can see it like dripping and stuff like that. It's a hassle. And the biggest thing about this, if you're willing to deal with the drippage and the multiple layers and stuff like that, it crusts so bad. The residue is crazy, and since I was also learning, it caked up. It caked up fast on my skin and my actual natural hair, and it caked into the wig so fast. So I washed this wig quite a bit while I was learning. I think I went a full week using Got2Be Glue for my temporary holds, and it was a disaster. It crusted up everything. You could see it. It was just bad, girl. And I learned my lesson. Yes, I did. But like, I'm talking like 5 to 6 layers to get this to the tacky consistency that I needed. So I needed that on my forehead, and then I just slipped this bitch on. Also, I wanted for the longest to not have to use a wig cap. I have sensory issues, and I don't like my scalp being trapped, which is why I don't just get the wig installed or try to install it myself. I do temporary holds. It comes off at night. It comes off as soon as I get home, really. So that's where you see me struggling with my natural hair a lot. But I did realize the power of the wig cap later. For some reason, it didn't dawn on me that I could take the wig cap off every night. I was just so used to seeing the installs where the wig cap gets glued down also, and it does not go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you put like glue on that and all that kind of stuff, like an actual install. But if you're in a crunch, if you don't got nothing else, Got2Be Glue, Got2Be Glue will work. as a temporary hold. If you're a sweater though, fuck it. Like don't even do not put a headband on. Do something. But I put so much on. I didn't understand. I watched so many videos where they did like a twice over hold where they like put the glue on, right? Put the wig on and laid it down, and then they put a melting spray on, and then they put the melting band on. This method has not worked for me. And I hear I'm just making the crust of the century. Like, if you know wigs, because I don't, clearly, but if you know wigs, I clearly put on way too much product, and this just ended up being crust central. But here I am trying to use the melting band. I still have not truly seen the benefit of a melting band. It seems like when I pulled the melting band off, it sticks to the lace and it pulls it up some. I also just don't think it adds any hold, really. If someone can explain the nature of the melting band, that'd be great. But towards the end of this video, I no longer use them. But yeah, first mistake was all of that freaking hairspray. So if you would like to, you can skip ahead to where I get this method down and my like cohesive thoughts and me getting the lace glue spray, which is what you should be using as a lace glue spray. You can skip ahead to that if you'd like, but here's me styling the wig. So I straightened it and I cut in some layers that you later will see that I wanted more dramatic. So I did like a little bit of layering here just to kind of like in the front, not like all over the wig clearly. But I did a little bit of framing. Here you can see that it's melted or whatever. It's just sticking and everything. It's just, it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last, and it's gonna get crustier and crustier every day. But yeah, it's on, and it's cute. Okay, the length is very cute. The density I think is good for me while I'm learning and stuff. It's cute. So here you can see I didn't think the framing was dramatic enough, so I'm making some blunt cuts. And again, this is not a cutting tutorial, so I'm kind of zipping through this. It's really about like melting that lace and my journey there. But if you're curious on how I styled this wig when I first got it, because I literally just dyed it, and this is me cutting it, I'm making 2 blunt cuts to frame the face, and then 2 more blunt cuts will come in later to frame that a little bit more to have it blend into the rest of the length. And after I make these blunt cuts, you can see me, that's regular scissors, making blunt cuts to blend. But then if you see the pink scissors, those are actually thinning shears. I got very cheap ones. You don't need the most here. You get very thin ones, or sorry, cheap ones off like Amazon or Shein or wherever you shop, girl. Go into the beauty supply store, just get some thinning shears, and it's gonna help that bluntness go away so it looks a bit more like you know what you're doing. So you see that blend happening? You don't want it super blunt. Some people can pull off the blunt look, but I don't think I'm talented enough in hair cutting to do that. So I thin it out and blend just for some face framing. Yep, I'm just chopping away some thickness, making sure it blends into the rest of the length of the hair for some face framing. So here you can see what I've done. I'm getting off those awkward, long, wispy, thin ones. And that's all I'm going to do in the front. And I didn't cut anything else. So here's how I was wearing it for the week. This is like a day or 2 later. I just wanted to show it off. But girl, that lace kept lifting. So this was not the end result. So here, as you can see, I'm a rookie. I got some edge control around my head. I tied it in the back and I did some really crap braids because your girl can't braid. What did I say? Your girl can't braid. Your girl can't braid. I go to the salon. But here, you see that black hand? That is lace blue. Okay, that is lace glue. You see the control, you see it sprays and it goes where I want it to. You see how I can maneuver it. That is what you want. You want control, you want to learn how to use this medium. And even here, you'll see me making mistakes. I get better. Throughout the week, I get better. Okay? So this is my second attempt. This is like a week after the first week of Got2Be Glue. This is me going in with the lace glue, figuring out how it works, trying a new product and everything like that. So it's still not the best application, but I'm getting it down. Okay, I learned that I only need like 2 layers of this to get a temporary hold that will last throughout the day. And I'm just pressing it down. After it's gotten tacky, I'm just pressing it down into that tacky layer of glue that I've already put onto my forehead. It just takes a lot of practice getting this concept down, but once you've got it down, you'll know where you need to adjust to problem solve. And I think that's the most important thing for me right now, is learning where my problems are, and dealing. Because right now, where I am right now, this wig has already been dyed again, and that video will be up next. But this wig has already been dyed a second time, and my lace don't lift. But you know, we gotta crawl before we can walk. Am I right? Am I right? I am. But that blend is awesome. That lace glue is awesome. Okay. And there ain't no residue and crap all over in your hair. And here I am trying to use the melting band again. I just don't understand the concept of the melting band. So please, if you understand, let me know. Put it in the comments below. Tell me where I'm going wrong. Tell me where I can really use this. Anywhere, actually. Anywhere in this video where you say, if you're wondering, like, why the heck did I do that? Put it in the comments, please. I am here to learn. This is like a whole new field for me. Like, I grew up on the creamy crack and getting box braids. You know? So, my entire hair journey has been independent. And I'm just trying to learn in every direction. Okay? So, again, I put it on. I had a huge issue with my hairs getting trapped into the melting band and then sticking to my forehead. And then I would try to pull them away, but they'd be all crusty and weird, you know? Just a whole process. So now here you can see I did not apply enough product, or I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I was sweating. I have no idea. But this lace actually ended up lifting as I was styling the hair. Yeah. But I still didn't get the concept right in this video. This is like 2 weeks into me learning with the proper product. First week of Got2Be Glue, second week of lace spray, and still learning. That wax, I'm still learning how to use the wax as well. It kind of makes the hair clumpy sometimes, but maybe that's because I'm putting on too much. I have no idea. But here she's lifting. Can you see it? Can you see her migrating up with my thoughts? Can you see her? So here's some melting spray. So melting spray you're supposed to put on after the lace has been laid. So you put the lace glue on, you glue it down, and then you're supposed to put melting spray on for a more secure, thorough hold on top. And it's not supposed to leave a residue or anything. I just don't really understand the point of melting spray either, because the same kind of concept of going in and being a bit more acute with your application and making sure that's laid and everything, you can do that with the lace spray, and that's what I do to this day. The melting spray just isn't as strong. It's not even as strong as Got2Be Glue.
Here to here to match up with the lace, I've cut this part of the lace. I don't know if that was a good decision or not, but I think it looks better. And then today I'll try putting a little makeup on it. I usually don't because it's so kicked in. But I think this is like the peak of my lace melting abilities. There is like always some motherfucking lift, honey. I don't know.
I did get better.
I think it's like
I can get through the day without lift.
Yeah, it's over here. Just a little air. You don't want it dry, you want it tacky. When it's dry, that means that shit ain't moving and you need it. tacky like my makeup. It's not. I can't wait to re-dye this wig. Okay. I'm still tired. Okay. So I have a dent in my forehead, y'all. So I be making sure it pulls there because otherwise it loves to lift from this like little dent in my forehead. Yeah, your girl's dented. So then I make sure all this is stuck down because you see how it like goes like that. So that was like my little arc area, and then I don't do anything over here because I don't have an ear tab. And like this is the shape. Well, I put it a little off, but that's okay. It's not. I'll put more over there. Yeah, this side I fucked up. Girl. Man, that was a man cap. Yeah. So, since I fucked up, I'm gonna take a brush. I have this little cap. I don't even know where it came from. It might have come from this. No, it didn't. So I'm gonna take this. Taking my glue. Spraying it in. And I do have a melting spray. I just don't understand. Like it's weaker. It's weaker, so I don't use it. And I'm sliding it right under these spots that I missed. This is gonna mean that I need some cleanup, depending on how I style my hair. I'm not mushing it down yet because again we want it tacky like your mama's wig, tacky like mine. I should really just invest in some like little silky cute headbands. My boyfriend's here. He's looking for his phone. He was interrupting. He said he was trying to interrupt because he's being belligerent. So he's trying to interrupt because he's being belligerent. Looking for his phone, looking for his vape, flipping the couch and shit. It's like, where's my fucking jewel, bitch? What's happening? Because what is she doing?
I know throughout this video you've been seeing the thing on my ear, the keloids on my ear. I think at some point I do stop to explain why those are there. So if there's just like a random part of me going on a tangent explaining these keloids that are on my hair, it's because I probably look back at the footage and I'm like, wow, if I was watching this,
it's like covered in gold.
I would have questions.
But I do be washing my wig regularly, but I think I understand this enough to know how to keep it more glue free, like the hair. So this is like top to bottom practice wig. You know what I mean? Like the next wig I get, I'll be able to treat it more kindly. So like here's my lace right now. And it feels melted, but it's gonna lift later. And I don't know how to avoid that. I'll go over and under sometimes with the wig glue like that. Tap it on top just a tad. But there's always just a little itty bitty lift. I braided my hair to see if I can add a little texture. I don't feel anything on the back. But I think they're keloids, because sometimes you can get a piercing and it's a atrophic scar or something that eventually goes away, which I think is what happened to these. You just do saline solution, don't need anything else. You just clean it with antibacterial soap and saline solution and it'll go away. These did not go away, they kept getting bigger, so I made the call, took the piercing out, made my appointment. So if you've been paying attention, I'll show you before I go tap. Did that gross someone out? Is that gross? This is gross. Oh my god. Wait.
Sorry, this gross. But like, yeah, that's the end of the video. This is me at my appointment waiting to get my keloids injected. Did not lift. Okay, love you. Bye.